Howdy, y'all. Check it out, new layout. Welcome to Monotype VGC Beyond. We're gonna dive into the water type. I've put the team in the builder, but that's about the extent. So we're gonna do something we didn't really do in fire type, or did we? I don't know. This is like some actual team building. Thought could be fun. Have to do it anyway, so make it content, baby. So yeah, so I had the plan at least for the 6 Pokemon that I wanted to start with. I don't really have movesets or items in mind. Probably Citrus Berry here. Love my Citrus Berry Rotom. I'm very excited to use the water type because I get to use some Pokemon I hadn't got to use yet. I've recently started using Samurott on my main team that I'm experimenting with, and actually really dig it. So I think it just has a really good defensive profile into specifically Kingambit and Basculegion. Obviously, you pick up the weakness to Floette or whatever, Boy, really good at insightful analysis sometimes. I think this is the Pelipper set we're rocking. Yeah, I mean, I don't need the water coverage. I guess that's something to consider too. Not all of these Pokemon need water coverage. But that's kind of what's cool is they've got a lot more just extended coverage too, so that's kind of nice. I have thought, like I said, nothing about this team other than the 6 Pokemon, so we're going in truly blind here. We don't have Fake Out, so we don't really want to be Dragon Dance, but then like what's the set otherwise? We have Intimidate, so we can truly be Moxie Gyarados. This is going to be Mega Gyarados, by the way. I just was thinking maybe we go Blastoise because of our success with just Tailwind big spread moves. We've kind of got the similar concept if we go... You know what? Maybe it's not Mega Gyarados. Is it Blastoise? I mean... Okay, well let's think coverage-wise, right? Like, we're obviously very weak to grass. Fortunately, there's not a lot of good grass types. I think water's just a lot better suited in the meta right now than fire, just because everything's running Rock Slide. So as a result, that team just feels so fragile. But now I'm looking at all these water types. I'm like, oh, what's even going to be hitting me for super effective? Like, come on now. So I think we're going to have a good time. With this. We do need to actually... Okay, so now that I'm actually like thinking about the team and thinking about the meta it has to exist in, I just saw Archaludon there in the bottom right. How do we beat Archaludon? I guess we get Aura Sphere on Mega Blastoise, and we have Sacred Sword on Samurott. Nice alliteration there. Yeah, maybe actually that is just enough. Do I have the Blastoise tonight? That comes default, no? What am I doing? Here we go. Maybe I don't. I gotta go buy it. So that is my admission that I have not played Mega Blastoise once yet, so... Egg on my face, I guess. Bum, bum, bum. Let's go. Give me that. I guess, yeah, here's all my Virgin Megas. In case you're interested. There's a lot. Oh, okay. No, that's not the whole. But, yeah. In case you're curious. Roast me in the comments. I don't know. But, like, most of the ones in there are bad, you know? So it's almost an admission of I'm not using the bad ones. You know what? Let's just make that comment. All you will find in that shop is exclusively bad megas. I've only ever used good megas. Don't look at that Beedrill Knight. I think that comes default for the record. Let the record show. I think that comes default. Okay, you're definitely not getting Focus Sash. Do we... I mean... It's kind of copy and paste the last team, but with water. And so... Maybe that's the... I don't have that either. Mystic Water, for those who hadn't picked up on that yet. Let's go again. It's right there at the top, too. Short-term memory is cooked. Bum, bum, bum. Actually, we'll blame observation skills there, not short-term memory. Because I didn't have a chance to remember it because I didn't observe it. You know? You know, I never thought about that. Stat boost versus power boost. I guess, yeah, no, that's fair. That does check out. It's got Perish Song. Interesting. That is not anything we're going to have. This Mon is absolutely going to need to have some type of coverage, I'm sure. Is it Energy Ball? So Water Fairy, what are we unable to hit? Not much, that's why it's a really good combo. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Surf, huh? I mean, Hyper Voice is kind of just as good now. That's kind of the bit. Or Fairy, though, you know? It's like, yeah, I could run Ice Beam for Garchomp, but I also have Moonblast. Haze relevant? No. Oh, we do get Psychic. Okay, sure. Let's just mess around with that for now. That is a large amount of special defense. Fascinating. What does Timid get us to? Not much, if I recall, right? Oh, boom. 123. So we can't hit the Basculegion number. So what's our next best? Isn't it like 108 or something like that? 108 because that hits 116, which is the Dragapult number. So let's just take our extra point and say go. Then we can go there. Actually, can we get... Sure can. Alright. See, that's something Showdown would have caught for me that this site wouldn't. This game wouldn't. To give one little bit of edge to Showdown. That would have been like automatically. Oh, you could optimize. So we'll do that. Mega Blastoise. Okay. I don't know what this set is on here. This was probably post-recruitment, but I think we run the degen. We just go full degen of... Do we go full degen? Well, actually, technically full degen is Shell Smash. Do you guys know one time I got boomed by Grassy Terrain Whimsicott into Terrain Pulse Mega Blastoise into my Rotom Wash. It was unbelievable. I did not see that coming, I can tell you that much. Or maybe we're just... Are we just Coverage Boy? Hang on, do we have any Trick Room setters that are water types? We will have to go investigate that momentarily. So until then, yes, I believe this is the nature and whatnot that we want to run. Okay. Trick Room. We're gonna do a little knowledge check here, live knowledge check. Nope, not profile. It's under. That's why, like, it's technically a feature that exists, I guess, but boy, it is not intuitive. There's not really another better way to do it. Okay, well, obviously, we got some Trick Room setters there. Probably gets Trick Room, but, like, what are we doing? That's really our only bet. Don't one of them get Inner Focus, right? Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. So we've got Oblivious, Own Tempo, Regenerator, Intimidated, or Taunted. We could be faked out. Okay, so I guess you just run a Pokemon that threats. What about Slowking? Slowking. Oblivious, Own Tempo, Regenerator. Okay. So I think it's Oblivious Slowbro then. Now here's the problem. I don't have those guys. That's not true. Got them both right here. Haha. Nice as that. Although I kind of did want to go rip packs, but. So Slowbro. Let's see. Okay, we'll recruit permanently. Yes. Now let's train you. So Scald is definitely not needed. Oh, you know what we could do? No, that used the Espathra. I think the Espathra that's been passing stats to Archaludon, which is just objectively better than what I'm about to describe, but before I ran up against that set, it set up Ostrich thing. Why'd I lose it? Spathra, my goodness. Set up a Spathra, and it went to Mega Slowbro, which actually made a lot of sense, because you get to ignore crits and whatnot. Which was a bummer, because my plan for breaking through the Espathra, setting up with Cosmic Power, was my Night Slash Hisuian Samurott. So, whoops. Okay, so anyway, as we were saying, this is not necessary. In fact, we're just going to be, like, probably max Spadef, maybe? And we're back. Sorry about that. Something pulled me away. So, anyway, we were here on Slowbro. I do kind of like the silliness of 132, 132, 132, because those are all, like, fine stats. But we definitely don't need to be plus special attack. I think we're plus defense for sure. I think this is our just minus speed, yeah. This is our look at Sneasler and laugh Pokemon. Maybe, boy, 176 feels a bit excessive. 165 is good, and then we can go here. 114, because the only move we're ever really going to need is Psychic. Otherwise, we can just have utility moves. Because I think Trick Room Heal Pulse seems fun with what we want to do here. Give me Heal Pulse and give me screens. I don't know what we're feeling here. Belch, Thunderwave. Whirlpool seems neat, but like, eh. Could run Protect. It's never a bad idea. Helping Hand. Oh, Slack Off probably. Okay, let's try that. Hang on. We want Oblivious. There we go. Alright, so this is going to kind of be our Farigiraf in terms of setting Trick Room. Now it's a matter of who gets the boot. And I keep coming back to these two. Okay, so I guess what does Rotom... What role does Rotom serve, right? Kind of the defensive... Well, I mean, I'm modest max special attack, basically. Maybe that's just good enough, right? Like, we don't have anyone on the team that's, like, super fast. It's just take a hit and do more damage in return. Kind of feels like the vibe we're going for here. Oh, well, that's not... Well, actually, you know what? It's actually probably the set, unfortunately. With the Citrus Berry. So I didn't mean to put them in there, but... I'll probably it's either Sash here or here then, yeah? So now we have our Trick Room mode. And Tailwind mode. Right? That's pretty good. So, what item do you get, right? White Herb. White Herb. This team, like, feels like it could benefit from a Scarfer now. I mean, we have our fighting coverage. But only one real Pokemon that can resist Kingambit. And even then, we don't really resist it all that well. Maybe it's not Tauros, huh? It feels like that's what we want, but... It's gotta be Pelipper. Here, let's go take a look at the water types again. Because... Is it Tauros? Give me water types. Because, like, why is it not, like, Milotic, you know? Or Basculegion, hello? Yeah, I think... I mean... No, okay, I dig Basque. You're gonna tell me that putting Basculegion on a team is a bad idea? I don't think so. So, let's go... We can be the Focus Sash variant. In fact, actually, you know what? That's probably what we're supposed to be. Well, then what's Pelipper getting? No. We have a fairy and a dark type and 2 bulky waters. This is fine. I mean, we're surely just max speed, right? Okay. Yeah. We're just gonna run the standard max speed Scarf and see how that feels. Alright, give an item to hold. There you go, because now you get your sash. I mean, is it the most innovative team? No, but it's at least, like, from a starting point, it's like we're using Pokemon that we know are probably good. And sets that we know are good. I think, right? So, let's go ahead. Get the water type fired up. Haha. Can you only pull from one? That's what we should do. I just hate when it pulls, I don't have any battle songs in that category. Okay, I guess we're doing that one. I don't know. No, give me... I take my music very seriously. Okay. I don't know, man. Sure, we'll go with that. Alright, well, we're jumping into the water type. Let's go. I'm actually quite stoked, because I've done a lot of, like, prepping and testing, and I've done multiple iterations of that fire type series before I got to a point where I liked it, so I'm very familiar with the fire type. This is my first time firing up water, so I'm stoked. Let's give it a shot, huh? Let's dive in. Taking a look, our opponent shows up with a Chimecho, Weavile, Garchomp, Aerodactyl, Delphox, and Sylveon. So, good news is we have a bunch of bulky water types. And their only guy that resists water is Garchomp, which we're a water type team, so we should have ice type moves everywhere, right? Haha. Joke's on them. So, do we want to go Trick Room or Tailwind? They have Tailwind, so I'm thinking Trick Room. Let's go there. I mean, just bring the squad, no? God, it behaves so much differently from the fire type, right? Because the fire type, you have to get a lot of your calls right. Otherwise, you're going to be in big trouble with the return hits you take. But with water, we're just a lot bulkier, and we can just afford to take hits and return back in a big way. So let's see if that holds true. So we see Sylveon, we see Chimecho. I'm not too scared of what that Chimecho can do. In fact, they may be trying to set Trick Room of their own? I'm not certain. Curious. Maybe we just say we take the damage. I don't actually know what the play is here, but I'm going to try Dark Pulse here. The logic behind this play is I'd like to Water Spout ideally, but there's a chance the frequency that the Sylveon protects versus attacks here is really hard to play around, so we make this middle ground play of Dark Pulsing with Chimecho. We could obviously fake out Sylveon, but then Slowbro is left not really doing much. If they're interested in setting up Trick Room, I'm kind of keen to let them. They obviously don't protect the Sylveon in front of the fake out. However, because we're a bulky water type, we're not taking much there. We get to return Heal Pulse and back to full health, and Chimecho flinches, and that should probably be the game, Question mark? So now I think we definitely want to set Trick Room after this turn, because we just learned Sylveon's slower than Blastoise, but looking at the back of their team, Blastoise is going to be slower than pretty much everything else. Ally Switch is fascinating and totally okay, because we saw that we're faster, so this Water Spout gets to go off at full power. That is a bulky Sylveon, my goodness. What am I missing that Sylveon only took 50% from that? Hello? Huh. Maybe, I mean, we admitted we've never used Blastoise before, so our Blastoise calcs are not... Okay, this is fine. Huh, no, 205 max. That is just a bulky Sylveon. Okay, I feel less bad, because that's insane. So, Slowbro should be the slowest, no? So, Heal Pulse is kind of chilling. I think, well, we do want the Sylveon off the screen. Oh, they go Fake Out. Oh, that was a good play. What am I doing? I should have Aura Sphere. Oh. Oh, well, okay. I guess saved from viewing my own misplay. Okay. But in come these guys. I obviously do not love the Hyper Voice potential coming out here. On their end, I should say. Yeah, no, this is... Well, I guess we're about to see how tanky our Samurott is, because... Oh, this is fantastic news. The double protecting? Still possible. No? Okay, cool. Perfectly acceptable, unless they, like, have Poison Jab or something that they fire, but I'd expect Low Kick, more likely. Yeah. Which feels like a fascinating play, because, like, I'm slower than you, but whatever. Do we think Samurott takes a Hyper Voice? 92? 197? I mean... That Sylveon is obviously bulky. So I think, I mean, we kind of don't have much of an option. We're going to find out. Hyper Voice? Come on, Samurott. No, there was never a shot. Oh my goodness. Okay, well... I guess we'll never know, but... Yeah. I kind of think, given how... I mean, I know Sylveon is very bulky, very specially bulky, but it sure feels like they have resources invested into that physical bulk further. Ah, that's frustrating. Because we could have... Yep. Ah, ha ha ha. Let's find out. Yeah, Garchomp protects. Okay, so this was a loss even without that crit, I believe. I am bewildered by how well that Sylveon took that Water Spout, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It's kind of wild. GG's Alphon. I think I am going to go... I mean, obviously it's recency bias that Aqua Jet on Samurott would have helped us a lot there, but we are going by the theory that we don't need water coverage everywhere because we've got a lot of water coverage. So I'd rather, in those slots, give us more utility options. In this case, Aqua Jet. I mean, that... excuse me, that battle... Well, now we're Scope Lens. And only one of our moves is a high crit ratio, so it's like, what are we doing? Okay, you know what? Change my mind. Crazy idea. This is going to be dumb, but I actually kind of like it because of... So we're going back to Aqua Cutter. Minus 500 VP for no reason, but it's fine. Infinite resources are infinite. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. Alright, here we go. Give it another shot. That's actually one of the first times I haven't won the very first battle with the team. After I'm glazing it as much as I was. Alright. A team we should absolutely be afraid of. We see Archaludon, Pelipper, Manectric, Scizor, Sneasler, and Basculegion. No two ways about it. Manectric is one of two, I think, two good electric types in the format right now. And we do not have anything to resist it. So we're going to have to go Tailwind and Pray, I believe. No, Trick Room. Trick Room, hello? Yeah, we get him with Trick Room here. Oofda. Alright. Fascinating. I was just trying to think if there's a better option we could have for electric types, but or how much of a contingency we actually need for that, because how many electric types do we have to be afraid of? I don't know. Unsurprisingly, we see Manectric Archaludon for my opponent. I am inclined to, I think, just fire off a Trick Room. And we go Mega Evolve Fake Out. It means we're going to have to take an Electro Shot if they just hard swap Manectric, but they're not going to, so that's exceptionally good for us. Because this means Fake Out's going to land on the Manectric. The Intimidate is not going to make a difference. And, excuse me, it means that we don't have to eat an Electro Shot this turn. Which means further Trick Room is going up. So that is to say, I believe this to be a very good start for us. So we get the Mega Evolution off after theirs. However, we've got Fake Out. I'm interested to see what this thing will do. I mean, maybe it just charges up an Electro Shot. That is perfectly valid. This does mean, however, that Aura Sphere is free into that slot. So I think we're just going to have to Psychic. Yeah, I think we should be able to get it done with what we have in the back. If we go down, we Aura Sphere here. Manectric protects. This is A-okay. Because this Aura Sphere, as I understand it, should do big damage. I've been told this is meant to do a lot. I've been told correctly. My goodness. I'm going to be honest, I did not expect that to KO. I don't really play Archaludon. And I never played Blastoise. Okay. Well, that, I guess can go in somewhere. Let me write that down. 20, 21 forfeit. Alright, well, that was fascinating. Maybe I get it. Maybe I get the Blastoise hype. Low battery again, damn it. Pretty pretty standard team for my opponent here. We see Sneasler, Aerodactyl, Kingambit, Garchomp, Frostlass, Basculegion. So, we've been told Samurott helps with Kingambit and Basculegion, so we're probably bringing that. Blastoise is fun. Probably bringing that. I mean, yeah, do we just do the fake out Trick Room? I mean, if it ain't broke, I sure feel like these 4 seem to be quite good. But I think it's because we have the fundamentals of like Sneasler, Gardevoir, Kingambit, and Farigiraf, which would just be a good squad. Alright, so we see they're fast and fragile versus our slow and bulky. So, they can obviously... I see what they want to do. They want to Shadow Ball the Slowbro. I don't blame them. And we probably won't take that. Well... will we take it? I don't know. I think we can get in a better position. They're more likely than not going to fake out the Blastoise, but just in case. Just in case. So I suspect Shadow Ball coming in here. And frankly, Slowbro might have taken it, but if we eliminate this Frostlass, then Slowbro is going to have a much easier time getting Trick Room up. Snow Warning. If they don't go for Shadow Ball, I'm going to be upset, because then it was a free Trick Room, which is why I think they have to go for Shadow Ball. Or Fake Out, I guess. Okay, well this means they double down. Perfect. Fantastic. And they say, oh, I could have faked your Blastoise out. Why didn't you protect? And it's like, yes, you could have, but what was Frostlass doing in return? Like, the worst case scenario in that instance is fake out Shadow Ball into Blastoise, and I just did not believe that that was a likely thing for my opponent to do there. So, now we get to pivot Slowbro and go Aurasphere here. Wait a minute. Blastoise is kind of sick. I kind of get it. Yup. Oh, it's juicy. That still does 50 damage. That's kind of crazy. But I suspect Choppleberry here. Yeah. Because, yeah, Aurasphere is just sick, man. Oh! Yep. Yep. And that doesn't even do... Wow. Yeah, because when you don't need speed, you just put it all in HP, and those are decent defenses. Wow, okay. So... now we have a bit of a quandary. I'm gonna do something kind of weird. If they KO Blastoise, this is totally fine. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Fine by me. Because if you KO Blastoise, that means Trick Room goes up. And we will absolutely live a Sucker Punch on Slowbro. I mean, does your Sneasler stay in here and try and Dire Claw Preem? Supreme. And I think I just eat Sucker Punch if I'm Slowbro. Sneasler protects. God, could have been a slack off. Oh, imagine. Because now it's got to be a Kowtow. Yeah. Okay, that's fine, though. Because we eat that, dude. Alright, Slowbro. Wow, that's actually kind of remarkable, I'm not going to lie. Okay, Gambit down. Psychic Pressure threatens on a Sneasler that just protected. And Bask, perfect. And we've got the Samurott in the back. Okay, come get some. I mean, Sneasler, I guess, has to try and go for a double protect. Basculegion, last respects into Slowbro, meaning that it eats a Moonblast, eats 2 Moonblasts. Yeah, we should be in a pretty guaranteed GG, especially if they don't get the double. Psychic. A bye-bye, Sneasler. Excellent. Love to see it. Get a nice fat Moonblast off here. Very nice, very nice. Wow, that does a lot of damage, actually. Here's the last respects, which will KO Primarina, but that's totally fine, because I've got Big Dog in the back who resists both of your stabs. So, good luck. I'll just go ahead and slack off. That's actually not the correct play. I should Psychic. Or here, you know what? We'll kind of style. We'll style on him just a little bit. Just a little bit. He might protect, you never know. Love the heal pulse on Slowbro, okay. Alright, well there we go. That performed a little more how I expected the team to look, so really great. GG's to my opponent there, but Mono Water, looking alright. We'll see you in the next one. Well, that was kind of fun, no? I mean, I think Water's just a really good defensive type in the meta right now. I mean, to the point where I've, like my actual teams I've been building, I've had like 3 Water types at some point, because it's just kind of good all around, both defensively and offensively, where things are at. Time to see how Mono Water looks into a Sun team. I'd have to imagine pretty good, looking at Garchomp, Charizard, Kingambit, Aerodactyl, Basculegion, and Sylveon. So, this feels like a game Pelipper definitely wants to come to. I guess I should be well, my Tailwind setter, they've got Tailwind too. I kind of want to get Trick Room up, no? Sylveon has given my Trick Room trouble because it is slower than Blastoise. I guess that is the advantage over Gardevoir. Do have Roselli Berry Samurott. Got a Bask of our own. Maybe do something like this. Sure, let's give it a shot. Kingambit's going to be a little bit tricky with what we brought here, but I think we can make it work, no? So we see Kingambit and Aerodactyl. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. But that's alright. We see Drizzle. Alright. We do have the Samurott. whom we are going to switch to post haste. I'm not going to flip turn. I am quite annoyed that they just hard lead King Gambit, but I get it. Because it is very common to try and lead Basculegion, and it leads very well into Basculegion. But, got our pivot here. They go Tailwind. This is fine. Wait, are they straight up kowtowing? How fast can a... Interesting. Because I don't think that thing can be faster than Choice Scarf, Basculegion. Huh. Interesting. I'm just going to Wide Guard Sacred Sword. I think this should block both of... I mean, I presume Rock Slide. Yep. Yep. And this thing might kowtow into Pelipper, but that's okay. Here's the Chople. I'm actually curious how much this does through Chople. Okay, solid. Kowtow into Pelly. Low kick. Ugh, that's annoying. Boy, that's really annoying. Okay. Has to be black. Well, I guess we get to Water Spout. So... Interesting. I'm gonna go Basque, and then... Do we think we get a Water Spout off? I think so. I think so. So, we switch Baskin, should be relatively free. I mean, if they Rock Slide again, they Rock Slide again. Like, it'd be annoying, but what are you gonna do? Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. Fair play. I mean, tit for tat, I suppose, in that regard. Now, where's the kowtow going? Okay. Alright. So, you know what I think we're going to do? I think we're going to Aqua Jet here. Aura Sphere again. Yeah, I just kind of got... My opponent just outled me here. They won turn 0, and we've kind of been playing uphill ever since. And I'm also baffled by each turn that they make, so... And we're diving back in. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, let's see what we're looking at here. Alright, so we see Aerodactyl, Garchomp, Charizard, Floette, Basculegion, King Gambit. What an original Andrew we have here. Alright. So, leading Basque is tricky when they have King Gambit. Samurot's a decent lead all around. I feel like Blastoise, Samurott, kind of. And then we got Pelipper. Probably Prim, I guess, no? Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. They select pretty quickly as well. Let's dive right in. So they're going to go ahead and start out with both of the dragons that aren't dragons. Charizard, Aerodactyl. I think I'm going to go ahead, fake out this Charizard. The annoying thing is they have a pretty safe just double protect. But also, What else am I really supposed to do? So they're just Mega Evolving off Rip, which is good for us, actually. We really like that because we faked out that slot. It will mean that our Aqua Cutter is doing less, but it's probably Focus Sash anyway, so a 2-shot is a 2-shot. So we're going to go ahead and fake out this Charizard. Perfect. And break the Sash on this Aerodactyl, which was always going to get Tailwind up. Flinch on the Charizard. This will do pretty good damage. Now is interesting. So I'm inclined to save the health on Blastoise because of the fake out. I mean, the Switch is the most obvious thing in the world, but I don't think I care. It's just annoying, like, what move do we use? I guess Aqua Cutter's all around our best move since we're bringing in the rain. Obviously, the Aerodactyl's going to Rock Slide, and we're just going to have to deal with that, but it is what it is. Okay. The Charizard. I mean, that's so fascinating you rip Solar Beam there, because it's so punishing if you're wrong. So Charizard goes down, which is wonderful. Love to see that. We have the Sash broken on Aerodactyl and no priority to deal with it. So there's that guy. And it's okay by me because actually we can just go ahead and double protect, stall a turn of Tailwind. No reason not to. Slow things down a little bit here. In fact, threatening Wide Guard on Pelipper next turn is kind of fun. In fact, that's probably what I'm about to do. The low kick. Okay, I don't actually know how much I'm supposed to take from that. But let's go ahead and Wide Guard and swap Primarina. Because they're not going to Dark Move that spot. It's okay if they do. If they dual Wing Beat it, they dual Wing Beat it, you know? But as expected, there's the Rock Slide. And if he kowtows the Pelipper, he also kowtows the Pelipper. It's not the end of the world. But, as suspected, goes for low kick there. We eat that up. And now Tailwind peters out. So, we get a chance to match Tailwind and get a big ol' Hyper Voice off that is boosted by Rain and Mystic Water. So, feeling quite good about this. We are concerned, obviously, about the Rock Slide potential from Aerodactyl flinching us, but I've just come to the mindset lately that it is what it is. Like, run into focus Pokemon, I guess. I could have just Wide Guarded, man. And to that effect, I probably should have. But we get the Hyper Voice off, so it's okay. Very nice damage on the Kingambit there. Holy mackerel. And then this Kowtow, I mean, it'll do damage, but it doesn't KO, so. And they don't have Tailwind up, which is the same thing as if we had gotten our Tailwind up. So, I think we always go Blastoise because of the fake out pressure. What a fascinating Pokemon Blastoise is. Basculegion. So we won't. Perfect. We'll go ahead and Dark Pulse there. Actually, wait. Okay, how do we guarantee get this Kingambit? We fake it out. I mean, Blastoise is surviving the turn, so I almost want to just... I think we do this and... Actually, no, we can... Can we just go Samurott? We can, but I think I'd just like to bring it in after trying to get a Hyper Voice off here. And if I don't, I don't. Like, it's okay. Because the implication is, if he uses Kingambit to Sucker Punch Primarina, Last Respects is going into Blastoise, which I have to imagine we take. Yeah, perfect. And then we put the Aura Sphere into the Kingambit, that even though it has Choppleberry, should not be taking that. Wonderful. And again, in comes our guy meant to handle both of these dudes. So, insightful commentary alert. Yeah, I mean, Hisui and Samurott, what are you going to do? We threaten Dark Pulse, we threaten Night Slash. This should go pretty well. I mean, obviously they can Last Respects Blastoise, but... I mean, we'll take... Well, I'm not the Citrus Berry variant, but we'll take two, and that's what's important, right? That this one won't KO ever. And that's what mattered. Nicely done. Alright. GG's to my opponent. Samurott putting on a show. You love to see it. Fantastic. Well, there's another win at 8:57 of this recording. Spoiler alert, had another cut. Yeah, I think long term I would definitely love to stream this, but just where I'm at in life right now, I don't have the ability to... I need to be able to step away and cut, essentially. So, we're giving this a shot to start out, and I think it's pretty good. We're just copying the model of what works. Get your long form on a second channel. Your produced videos on another one. I mean, I'm playing the game anyway. Sorry, getting distracted. From our opponent, we see Chesnaught, presumably Mega, Farigiraf, Slowking, Floette, Incineroar, Torkoal. Alright. Some fascinating directions they can take it, and specifically that Chesnaught is a little scary. Sentence I never thought I'd say. But here we are in Monotype land. We do obviously have Hurricane from Pelipper. Can do pretty good, which I think we're bringing anyway because we see Torkoal. I do kind of want to lead Samurott. For some reason I like Basculegion. What if they get Trick Room up? I think it's okay. I mean, if that Chesnaught gets out of control, I think we're in trouble just regardless, so... Guess we'll find out. Alright, here we go. They send out Farigiraf Chesnaught, who doesn't get Fake Out, am I correct? And he's probably slow, and... I don't know, man. I think we're just going to double this Farig. It's bulletproof, is what Mega Chesnaught has. So they're going to go Mega, unsurprisingly. And the Farig is going to... Yeah, you know, I thought about that, but I was like, that feels like such a... Like... Trying to make the exact call on turn one, which isn't that surprising. I've got a dark type out, you know. Woodhammer. Oh, well, that's the wrong Pokemon, so that's actually okay. We do learn that we're faster. You take a ton of recoil there. And now in gets to come Pelipper. So when I'm threatening a Hurricane on your Chesnaught, you can't just let it attack, can you? No, because what does Farigiraf do in return? Absolutely nothing. Probably Torkoal is the problem. Yeah. So we're going to just have to hit a raw Hurricane. But it happens all the time. 70% of the time, in fact. Yes, we don't activate Citrus. Show me no Colbur. Phenomenal. And down goes Farigiraf. No Trick Room for them. Out of way Pelipper. Persevering through all odds. Went through all odds. 70%. 3/4 of the time I hit those. And in comes Slowking. Oh, another... wait. Okay, wait. We go here. Go Blastoise. Okay, perhaps they're still going to get Trick Room up. But that's okay. I think it's fine that they get Trick Room up. Because what are they going to do in return? Oh, this is phenomenal. There's the Colbur. Got it. No crit. Sag. So Trick Room does go up. However, let the record show I have Fake Out Pressure. Are they going to respect said Fake Out Pressure? Does it matter? No, it does not, because we just get to go... Well, okay, hang on. We gotta play this right. I think it's still always Night Slash... Yeah, it's always Night Slash there and Fake Out. Next turn could get a little tricky, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, I've said it before, but yeah, Blastoise is such a weird Pokemon. The fact that it has Fake Out... But, like, it's just, it's weird. It's weird to use, but I don't hate it. Yawn. Okay. Well, actually, no, this is fine, because I'm going to want to swap out anyway. Boom. Down goes Slowking. Fantastic. And now, Torkoal comes back. But we need to switch Blastoise out as it is, so that's going to be our swap. It's obvious, it's as telegraphed as it can be. I'm not sure it really matters, because it's just objectively better that... Objectively, the best thing that can happen right now is Pelipper switching in. And what's the worst they can do in response? Maybe Woodhammer Ancient Power? Got Ancient Power Torkoal on the brain. Samurott protects from a potential Woodhammer. Not that it would even be the end of the world if Samurott had to take a Woodhammer because of the recoil, but comes the Eruption. We're not bulky. Still takes it very, very well. Thunder Punch. Okay. Fascinating. I mean, again, not that that's a surprise, because of course I'm doing that. But now, Blastoise gets to come back in and recycle Fake Out for the last turn. Last turn of Trick Room, correct? 2 more turns of Trick Room. Okay, well... Oh. Well, isn't this interesting? This is going to be a fascinating little finish here. I thought there was only 1 turn left. Because I think in my head I was... Yeah, okay. As long as Torkoal doesn't protect. Okay. The fact that Torkoal didn't protect means that we should be alright. Because, yeah, it's not threatening any damage in return. And we're just going to eliminate it right here. So, problem is, think Aqua Cutter is our strongest move. And Water Spout. The good news is I think either of my guys should be able to two-shot them. Especially after the Woodhammer recoil. Yeah. Don't get cute, try to Aura Sphere him. That's a lost condition that we will not be finding. Thank you very much. They're trying to figure it out. Like I said, I don't think it really matters who they target. They go Thunder Punch, which we should take, yeah. Let's see how much this Water Spout does. Oh yeah, we were in good shape, regardless, I believe. Fantastic. We'll add away to the team here. I mean, so far we're kind of cruising. And that's already, well, 4 wins for the team. Back over 2,000. Do I want to call it there? What do you think? And what edits am I even making to the team? It's kind of good, no? I like it, though. Yeah, I think I will wrap it up there for the first one. 3 wins and a forfeit. Yeah, no, I like it. Cool. All right, well, for those of you that stuck around this whole time, thank you very much. Appreciate you watching, listening along, however you had me. What is it? Wherever you may be, however you may be listening. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, check out the video on the main channel. Drop a like down below on this one and on that one. Helps out a ton. You already know that. But yeah, have a great rest of the day, y'all. Cheers.